Good morning, everyone. It is a privilege to welcome you all to the 45th session of Skills Sprint 2025, a proud milestone that reminds us how far we have traveled and how close we are to achieving our 50 session vision. Every session has been a stepping stone, a spark, a push forward. And today, at session 45, carrying had started this incredible journey of empowering young minds and shaping tomorrow's leaders. Today's session is special because we are joined by an inspiring teacher and researcher, innovator and mentor, a person who has dedicated her life to understanding science deeply and using it to make a real difference in this world. She has an exceptional academic background, BSc in Biotechnology with distinction from Dr. NGP Arts and Science College, Bharatiya University, Tamil Nadu, MSc in Biotechnology, again with distinction and securing 7th rank in the university. PhD in Biotechnology from the prestigious School of Bioscience, Mahatma Gandhi University, with research focused on chronic inflammation, its link to cancer and drug development. She currently serves as an assistant professor and the head of Department of Biotechnology at St. Mary's College under Calicut University. Her contributions to science have earned many recognitions and awards, including a UK Design Patent 2022 for a cancer detection device, Young Scientist Award from the Institute of Scholars, Bangalore, Best Paper Presentation Award at multiple national and international seminars and conferences, oral presentations at the 31st and 37th Kerala Science Congress. Her research output is remarkable: 10 peer reviewed international publications, 2 edited books, and 3 book chapters. She has also played a key role in organizing major academic programs, including national seminars, National Science Day celebrations supported by KSCSCE and Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. She has presented her work across 7 international conferences, 13 national seminars, and 7 workshops, with 3 Gen Ban submissions to her credit. She is also active in various professional bodies, including the American Society of Microbiology, Kerala Academy of Science, Society of Ethnopharmacology, and she serves as the chairman of Board of Studies in Biotechnology at St. Mary's College. With such experience and passion for scientific learning, we are honored to have her with us today. Dear participants, you are about to learn from someone who believes in curiosity, innovation, and the power of young minds. On behalf of JCI Triprayar, I extend our heartfelt welcome to Dr. Anu P. Abhimannue. We look forward to exciting and meaningful session. The session is all yours, ma'am.
A warm good morning to everyone, and thank you so much for such a brief and bright introduction, Ms. Krishna T.S. Thank you so much. Okay, my topic for the presentation is fact versus fake using research to navigate the information overload. As we all know, we live in the information age, which means we have many social platforms where we have unlimited content being uploaded every second. On an average, the statistic says that on an average, a single person spends about 2 hours 21 minutes on the social platform, and about 7,20,000 hours of video are uploaded into YouTube every day. The same goes with Instagram, about 95 million photos and videos uploaded daily. So, this unlimited content and countless influencers pour in a load of data to the common public. And at some stage, we don't know which is the correct data or the correct information, which is not. And there is also another problem because of the overpouring of information. It takes so much time to process these data. So, in an age of information, knowing which is the correct data and which is not is a matter of significance. And how can that be achieved? That is what we will be discussing today. So, as I said, the social media platforms are not restricted to these four. We have the LinkedIn, we have many other platforms where there is pouring of the information. As I'm a teacher, my students often say that the Facebook is for the older generation and Instagram is the newer generation. Well, I have both, and I don't know what is the concept behind that. Anyway, whatever be the platform, the amount of information we, the common man, the general public, receive is too much. Now, we need to know how these fake news actually affect us, because we get a lot of information and these will be having socio-economic impacts on health and diet decisions, elections and politics, finance and scams, social behavior and beliefs. See, out of these, my area of expertise actually correlate with health and diet decisions. So most of the slides will be sticking on to these topics. Now, earlier, so health and diet, there are many influencers who can give us so much information on various formulations that can reduce the weight or that can help improve the nutritional content and all. But most of the case, we cannot imbibe what is exactly being given to us. So we will be following whatever they convey to us. The types of false informations. So misinformations are those informations that are shared without any bad intention. So they will be just sharing it maybe for time pass. They will not be thinking of the negative consequences it can have. They just to create some content, they will be giving away these misinformations. But disinformation is not such a content. It is done with an intention to mislead, and that is often having some social impact. Okay, it will be affecting the community as such. So that is where actually the misinformation and disinformation need to be considered very seriously. But disinformation, since it is being done with an intention, needs to be thoroughly checked. Now there is malinformation. That is some true information. That is some true information which is being delivered with a purpose to harm someone. Because often we can see in the social platform, there will be many channels or there will be many influencers. One influencer will be taking the content of another influencer and they will be pinpointing the damages they have done or the misinformation they have given out. They will be pinpointing them with the intention of harming these people. So that is something which needs to be considered and considered very seriously. The fourth one, satire or parody. See, that is usually done with the intention of an entertainment. So far, for a very long time, body shaming was a common content for this parody or satire. And though it is an entertainment or fun part for some people, it may not be like that for a lot of people, because some people who are really overweight or obese, they may not be able to take it as funny or entertainment. And body shaming, we know the Kerala High Court even said that body shaming needs to be considered as a domestic violence, because nowadays we give equal importance to mental health and mental well-being just like physical health. So if somebody is making fun of others by body shaming or by any other matters, that is actually creating a problem for the mental well-being of the other person, and that needs to be considered seriously. So these are the types of fake or false informations usually happening in the social platforms. Now, why this topic matters? Because wrong health information often lead to dangerous home remedies, because some people will be claiming that, okay, I have taken this thing and I have reduced this much of weight or I have gained this much of weight. So we don't know the exact concentration required for that or what will be the side effects associated with that. So we will be taking it, and often some when some physiological problems pop up only, we will visualize the seriousness of the negative impact it has caused. So, wrong health information often leads to dangerous home remedies, and that needs to be considered. Misleading food product claims. Okay, we can see that there are fortified foods, there are foods which label 100% organic, natural, and all these things. So it never means that it needs to be 100% organic or it will be completely fruit based or whole grain. But that is a misleading food product. So that often leads to health risk and money loss and false adulteration rumors. See, this is not adulteration, this is false adulteration. So, false adulteration is a very big issue we face now. You might have heard about the plastic rice or plastic cheese and all. That is actually a false adulteration. So many agencies have actually conducted many surveys to find out whether there are for this plastic rice or plastic cheese. They claim this false adulteration rumors. They claim that the rice can be mixed with plastic pellets or resins to make plastic rice. But no investigation agencies had never substantiated a report of this plastic rice reaching consumers. So this is actually maybe some good brand will be producing some good product. So in order to adversely affect them, this false adulteration rumors sometimes pop up. So these are some consequences of this fake news or fake information. Wrong health information. See, most of these informations have popped up during the time of COVID. We all might have heard that inhaling steam with herbs can actually prevent COVID infection, but that was not scientifically validated. Of course, inhaling steam with herbs is good for the respiratory tract and for the nasal congestion and all. But when somebody claimed that it can cure or it can prevent COVID infection, that is having a serious social impact. Simply because, the people, we all know that at that time we have been quarantined, we have been at home, we had practiced social distancing and all. But when such a claim comes that inhaling steam with herbs can prevent COVID infection, everybody will automatically think that even if they go and if they socialize with people, they can come back home, inhale, and the COVID infection will not come. So that is a wrong health information. Similarly, drinking colloidal silver. See, colloidal silver is tiny silver particles in a solution. Silver, as such, has got antimicrobial property, but drinking this colloidal silver has never proven to give any antimicrobial property. So that is also a wrong health information which mislead the people. Again, consuming raw garlic. See, there are so many wrong health informations which just pop-ups and pop out, but I'm just taking a few examples which was very common. So consuming raw garlic. See, again, garlic has proven to have many immunoboosting and antimicrobial, anti-apoptotic effect, but simply by taking in garlic, nothing, no health beneficiary or beneficial was ever founded. So these are some of many wrong health information that is being spreaded among the general public. Again, the first plant may be very familiar to the majority of us. That is Zimaroba gluaca, which in colloquially in Malayalam is called as Lakshmi Taru. So I believe it was like 5 or 6 years before. It was a massive news, like drinking the decoction of this leaves of this plant can cure cancer. See, there is no scientific validation again. Even if we are drinking that, we don't know at which concentration it needs to be taken in. We also don't know the route of administration. See, all the medicines are not ingested, are not taken orally. Some medicines has to be given through intravenous injection. Suppose if we go to some hospital, there are some medicines which needs to be injected into the bloodstream. So if somebody says that these leaves can be boiled and you can drink it and it will treat cancer, see, there are no explanation on the dosage. There is no explanation on the route of administration. We also don't know which is the bioactive component which can prevent cancer. We also don't know the side effects that this may cause. But like 6 or 7 years maybe before, this this concept, this misconcept was so much popularized that I can see this plant, the sapling being planted in every house at that time. Now, looking into the next thing, that is Vinga rosea. The first cancer drugs were ever formulated was from this plant. Those two drugs, the vincristine and vinblastine, are the first anti-cancer drugs ever developed. Okay, so that was actually from this plant, and we don't know the actually we do know the concentration. Just like we take dolo, we when we come across when we get a fever, we take dolo, and if you notice, you can see that dolo 650. That is 650 milligram of paracetamol in that drug. So that 650 milligram is required to cure that fever. For children, we don't need 650 milligrams, so their dosage will be much lesser than that. Okay, so when somebody claim that, okay, just boil it, drink it, see, there are many things which we don't know. And this Vinga rosea, from there we have vincristine and vinblastine, two very popular anti-cancer drugs with proper route of administration, proper dosage, etc. Another thing which we can often here is the ginger. Again, ginger has got many properties, the medicinal property, the immunoboosting boosting property, apoptosis inducing property, everything. But again, just like boiling ginger cannot be that much preventive. So when some wrong health information are being passed, we need to know, oh, is it scientifically validated? Do we know how much we need to drink? These are some things which we need to think. Now, how to fact check? Okay, because we are coming across so many fake newses, hence we need to check whether that is true or not. And before checking its true nature, it's very important that we should not immediately forward that. And being the sensible citizens, we should not just forward it and create a chaos among the general public. So we need to stop. We need to check whether that is true or false. So there are many platforms which actually give the scientific validation of any health related informations. Okay, and evidence. So there will be evidence, which means there will be some agencies which will be conducting research work, and once they complete their research work, they will publish the result of these research work, which can be easily downloaded from many sites. Even for the common man, they can download it, they can sit down and read all those research and the results. Okay, so compiling all these results, various platforms publish whether this is a fake or this is a fact. Now we need to check that, and if it is correct only, we should forward all these messages. Or else we also become a part of spreading the fake informations. It is also important to know the date and context in which a message or a news is delivered. And it is also important, we need to ask a health practitioner before spreading any news. So these are the platforms from where we can get valid information. WHO, ICMR is the Indian Council of Medical Research, and of course the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. CDC is a US department, and NHS is National Health Service, which is actually a Scotland-based service provider. Anyway, they all gives you validation on fake news and also on the very popular scientific validations. This is the home page of World Health Organization. No, so from I think from November 18 to 21, they have been that week is considered as the AMR Awareness Week. AMR is antimicrobial resistance. That is another thing which needs to be considered. Whenever we get a common cold, also people start gulping antibiotics. Now, because of that practice, the microbes are actually becoming resistant to these antibiotics, which means maybe 10 years before, the penicillin, the antibiotics, penicillin, chloramphenicol, etc., which we have used 10 years before, may not be effective now. the most astonishing thing is even 2 years before may not be effective now. It is because we are using antibiotics just like anything. Over the counter, we will be getting antibiotics. And for any simple thing, we will take those antibiotics and we may not finish off the course of antibiotics. So the consequence of this is the microbes becoming resistant to antibiotics. So this is actually becoming a very serious problem. WHO, the World Health Organization, is considering a week awareness program to make people aware about these things. Now, misleading food product claims. So, in the market, most of the products we purchase will be having labels like this: no added sugar, 100% natural, no MSG, gluten free, many such labels. Are they really as such as they claim? Have you ever wondered it? When they say it is 100% natural, is it really 100% natural? See, that is a big thing which we need to find out. Okay, when they say there is no added sugar, but when you drink, you feel it sweet. Is it completely because of the fruit? No. So these are a lot of misleading. These are misnomers which actually make the consumer by believe that it is no sugar, it is 100% organic, and they eventually buy that. And MSG is monosodium glutamate, which commonly known as Ajinomoto, similar to our salt, NaCl, sodium chloride. Actually, this monosodium glutamate, they used it for preserving the meat and for slightly enhancing the taste. But the problem is, over a period of time, everybody started using it in large concentrations, large quantities. Now the quantity matters. If something is used in the within the recommended range, it is okay. But monosodium glutamate and all are being used ruthlessly, creating a lot of health issues. So these misnomers are again something which make the consumers buy their products, but that may not be as such as they claim. Now, the name itself is real. So people often mistake it as like real cranberry or real apple, mango, etc. And see the advertisements they are giving: ensure daily dose of fruit nutrition. See, daily dose of fruit nutrition can be gained by taking that fruit, the whole fruit as such. But here, anything that comes in a packet will be having preservative. Of course, that will be having emulsifiers, stabilizers, anything that comes under the chemical synthetic class. But still, they claim it is your daily dose of fruit nutrition, it is natural, it is 100% organic and all. So these terms should be properly analyzed, and you also need to check the ingredients which is provided, and you also need to check all other the stabilizers, emulsifiers, and everything. Plus, you also need to know how much percentage of real fruit is actually contained in it. Okay, then only these people will be more aware about this misleading claims. Now, fortified foods. Again, another thing is all the MNC, they claim their foods are fortified with vitamins and minerals. Fortification is a process by which vitamins or minerals are deliberately added to the food. But yes, that is needed for those kids who are in under malnutrition, or for those people who cannot afford their daily nutrient supply. For such people, these fortified foods are necessary. But we are the privileged community where we can afford to have the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe some snacks in between. So we don't need all these fortified foods, but they should be provided to the underprivileged community. But what does the MNC or the top brand say? That everybody need fortified foods. Okay, so uh, that is literally a business of malnutrition. Okay, for fortification, which means to add some vitamins like vitamin B12, C, D, A to some food, it cost only 500 rupees per ton. The fortification, the cost for fortification is only 500 rupees per ton. But when they sell this fortified products, their turnover is like 1,675 crore for the fortified foods. So this is actually a business. So when we come to know that okay, it has got all the vitamins, the vitamin B12, iron, C, D, etc., we feel that okay, that is good for our system. But we need to know whether we need an extra external supply of all these vitamins and minerals. So again, you will get all these data from the homepage of WHO or the Ministry of Health and other affairs and all those, or ICMR. So we need to know whether we need it. Now, the issues with fortification, as I said, fortification is the deliberate addition of all those things. Excess iron can cause other health problems in our system. Now, all these phytochemicals, I mean, all the food we eat will be having some natural protective substances. But during the process of fortification, these substances, they lose their natural protective property. So, a food is supposed to give a property, but fortification results in damaging that exact property. So there are serious concerns connected with fortification, and of course, it is high cost and it is actually a business, and it also has got impact on small scale industries which will be providing the grains or food as such. So these are some issues connected with fortification. See, sometimes you may feel that these terms are very new to you, but if you go to your kitchen, look at the salt, look at the grains or the bread, you can see that it is fortified with iron, vitamin B12, everything, which means daily we are consuming these things. So we should know whether that is required for our system or not. Low fat food, another great business strategy it is. You know, one-fourth of the population of India is either overweight or obese. The statistics, that means the National Family Health Survey conducted in the year 2021, the statistics says that about 24% of women in India are either overweight or obese, and 23% of men are also obese. So, targeting these obese or overweight people is pretty easy because they desperately want to become slim, they want to reduce their weight. So targeting them is actually a tactics of these multi-million companies. Okay, so they will claim it is low fat or it is fat free, but if they are fat free or low fat, they have to add a significant amount of sugar or sodium to it. If sugar is added, the people become diabetic. If sodium is added, the high blood pressure. So in both way, it is affecting the health of the people. But again, they conduct this food brands, they and the companies, they are very intelligent. They conduct massive survey. They know where or which slogan has to be given to attract the people. So fat free may be free from the fat, but that never means it is healthy. Fake visuals. This is actually the picture of Kizan, which I should not have deliberately put on the brand, but this is all available over the net. So I thought let it be. Now, here you can see at the front page of this sachet, lot of tomatoes, and which and you can also see in the green it is said 100% real tomato, which means that sachet packet contains only tomatoes. 100% real tomatoes. That is what they claim. Now, if you look into the ingredients, I believe it is visible to you. If you check at the ingredients, you know how the ingredients are listed. The one with highest percentage will be listed first. So if you look at the ingredients, you can see it's water, followed by sugar, and then tomato paste, which is only 28%. Iodized salt, not any salt, it is a fortified iodized salt. And see, it has got acidity regulator, stabilizers, preservatives, everything. So this is a fake visual. When they show a lot of tomatoes and they say 100% real tomato, it is not 100%, it is only 28% tomatoes. As I again said earlier, targeting this obese people or the overweight people is a very another thing is miracle weight loss. I believe maybe a couple of years even before this miracle weight loss, many drinks, many powder formulas, it was so all over the market, which claim to lose weight. And what they put forward is like lose 10 kilogram in 10 days. That is actually not at all a healthy practice. But still, they do claim that. Okay, so for preparing this PPT, I got this, this sensor advanced. I got this picture from the net. So I just wanted to know what are the ingredients in it. Which ingredients actually helps in weight loss. So I just conducted a back search on this Senza Advanced, and I wondered to see what is the present scenario of this uh, a company which claims to lose weight. Actually, hmm, they are in a lawsuit now because they, without any scientific validation, they have claimed that about 10 kilogram can be lost in 10 days time. Because of that false claim, now they are facing the lawsuit for a huge amount of $34 million. Because we know that there is no such miracle food, there is no such formula, there is no such powder or any detox that can magically burn fat. Weight loss is a consistent, is a result of consistency. We have to do physical exercise, we have to have proper sleep, we have to have healthy, balanced, nutritious diet consistently. That is how the weight loss can be achieved. So these, see, at first, seeing this, I thought really it is all available over the market. But when I sat down, took some time to search for this, I found out that now they are facing this lawsuit. That is what I want everybody to do. Okay, whenever we see something, don't just follow that. Okay, take some time to know what is exactly happening in and around that fake claim. Misuse of scientific terms. See, all these are misnomers. Detoxification, clinically proven, immunobooster. These are not even considered a scientific term nowadays because of that much rough usage in the fake claims. As I said, these all have turned out to be a misnomer. See, one thing we have to know, okay, and be very strong in that knowledge is that anything that comes in a packet will be having a preservative, or else how can they last for long, how will they have increased shelf life? So anything that comes in a packet is not 100% real, it is not with completely preservative free, no, nothing of that sort. Again, organic. See, organic products means they are not using anything chemical. They are not using chemical fertilizers. They are not using chemical pesticides or insecticides or anything. So, how can they produce so much of organic food? Maybe they will be able to provide for their family and maybe the immediate locality. But how can they produce so much which can be actually commercialized? That is a big question. Or they must have that much ultra facility for carrying out organic farming. So when somebody claim it's organic, we need to search where this organic food was produced. Do they really have hectares and hectares of land for performing this organic farming, or are they performing some vertical farming? See, these are all things which we need to find out. Chemical free, anything that comes in packet is not chemical free. Superfood, see, that is what we have spoken about, the fortified food. Do we really need superfood? That is the question. So answer these questions before purchasing, before consuming anything. Clinically proven. This is a very common misnomer. It's food, soap, shampoos, everything are clinically proven nowadays. So when they say clinically proven, are they giving us the data? Are they informing us about the research they have conducted to clinically prove that? So it is very important to give data, okay, or at least the link where we can find where this research has exactly been carried out. Okay, so that is really important. Again, one more thing. Clinically proven means we need to conduct in vivo work. In vivo work means anything that is performed on a living system. It could be mice, rabbit, monkey, or even human. Then they have to tell which is the animal model used, or have they conducted it on humans. If on humans, whether that was conducted on male or female, or people belonging to India or Africa. So there are many things uh, they need to give the data when clinically proven. The term clinically proven is used, or else these are all terms which are just misnomers. Food fraud. This is a serious issue where every state of India, I believe almost every country are facing. Food fraud. This is actually a deliberate deception. Intentionally, they are compromising the quality of food. And in India, every single year, we are getting thousands of cases on this. Now, we will see how this food fraud is done. It could be dilution. Dilution. Okay, before that, the common food items that can be subjected to food fraud includes coffee and the dairy products. Dairy products is brutally being subjected to food fraud. In Gujarat, I think it was like 1 year before. In Gujarat, they have found out, the FDA and FSSAI, they have found out many local setups where they are making paneer. You all know paneer comes out of cows or buffalo's milk, but they have been making paneer out of palm oil using acetic acid. So it is not a dairy product anymore. And to get that, the translucent cream color, they are adding synthetic flavors, which is a chemical. Apart from that, to get the taste of the paneer, they are adding saccharin, which can lead to diabetics. So this food fraud is a serious problem. And what the government have advised the people is to purchase paneer only from trusted brands, or they need to make it at home. This is what the authorities are advising the people, because the extent of food fraud in case of paneer is too huge. This are some of the foods which are subjected to food fraud. Dilution, we know, just adding a low quality thing or a cheap thing to a higher quality thing, just like adding water to the milk. Dilution is very common. Mislabeling, again, we have mentioned this. It is real, it is 100% fruit juice, no preservative, no added sugar. See, it's all fake. It's all mislabeling. And FSSAI has actually approached Delhi High Court against Dabur's real juice. The case is still pending, but we hope to have a positive impact on this thing. Unapproved enhancement. This is a problem. Unapproved enhancement. I'll talk about a case study which has happened in China. So there, this was actually melamine scam in 2008. It was on infant milk. So this infant milk in China, a company called Sanlu. Okay, Sanlu Group. Actually, this is a New Zealand-based company. They make infant milk formula. So, to increase the economic growth, what these people, some people in this local manufacturing unit in China, what they did is they started adding melamine to the formula. So, melamine is actually a component which is used to make plastics. So, when this melamine is added to the milk formula, the nitrogen content will be increased. Okay, so nitrogen content is required in the milk. So they will be moving through the quality control. And what happened is on continuous use of this melamine contained infant formula, about 290,000 children were affected in China. About 50,000 were hospitalized, and 6 babies were officially died from this contamination. Now, the problem with this is there was actually a delayed response. Though the news, though the people in the company knew about this, and they informed the response from the government took some time. After this, as I said, Sunlu is a New Zealand based company. The New Zealand officials alerted the central Chinese government and they started action. But since it was in China and the case was of global attention, the chairwoman of Zanlu, Tian Wenhua, she was imprisoned, life imprisonment, and two people responsible for producing this melanin containing infant milk, they were executed. Substitution, desi ghee, it is from cow milk or buffalo milk. It will take so much time for the production and it is expensive. So what the people can do, they can mix it with vanaspati ghee. Vanaspati ghee is actually a hydrogenated vegetable oil. It is not from cow or buffalo milk. It is just hydrogenated vegetable oil product. So the quality or the economic rate of vanaspati ghee is very less when comparing with the desi ghee. So they will combine it and they will sell it as desi ghee at the rate of desi ghee. So this is some very common example for substitution. Concealment. This is also very common. Like red chili powder, they will be adding some, the brick powder. These are all reported cases. These are all reported by FSSAI. And so red chili powder, they will be adding some brick powder. Soapstone will be added to asafoetida. Turmeric with some synthetic colors, coriander with sawdust. So these are examples for concealment. See, all the food fraud are done for economic benefit only. See, how do we know these concealments? That is the question. See, most of the time people think, how can we know whether this thing, maybe some brick powder is added to chili powder? See, we may not know that, but we have agencies like FSSAI who regularly do the checkups or they regularly perform scientific validation of all the food products. So they have their own very specific methods to find out the adulteration or the food fraud and it will be reported at their site. I wonder how many of us have seen the website of FSSAI or WHO or anything like that. So if we feel like, or if we want to know whether the food products we consuming are healthy or the brand we use are healthy, we need to check at their site. We need to check whether any cases have been registered against them or whether any batches have been withdrawn. So we need to know, since we are the ultimate stakeholders, we need to know about these things. Concealment, again, wax coating. See, wax coating, wax coating is done to meet the consumer demand. To put it very frankly, it is done to meet the consumer demand because nowadays the kids and the teenagers, they want the red apple, they want the perfectly yellow banana, they want everything perfect, perfect. So what these people do is they do the waxing, but with food grade components. But again, in that, some people will be doing the waxing with the food grade, but others will be doing it with some chemicals. So that is the problem where there. To some extent, we need to make aware of our teenagers and our kids that, okay, it is okay. Even if the apple is not that red, it is okay. It has got this much nutrition. We need to make our kids aware about that. Or else these companies, in order to satisfy the consumer end, they will be doing all these wax coating and all. Again, it is not good. Even if that is done with the food grade, to some extent, it is okay. But these people, they do it with other synthetic waxes and other chemicals. That is where the problem pops up. Counterfeiting. So Milma, it is very common in Kerala, and we all know it is to some extent it is very safe. But if you look at these pictures, you can see at the very left end you have a Milma, and all those packets in purple, yellow, blue, green, everything is Milma. But the one in the center is not Milma; it is Milna. NNA. So this is what counterfeiting is. We have a brand which has been trusted by generations, so they will be making something which is almost similar to the trusted brand. So this is what counterfeiting is. So some people will mistake that as Milma, they will be purchasing it. So counterfeiting is also actually a food fraud because they will not be maintaining the the quality of this branded product. So that is counterfeiting. Gray market. This is the last of the food fraud. Gray market may be genuine products, but they are selling it through unauthorized or unregulated channels. So if some problem happens with some batches and the company calls off that batch, these people who purchased it through the gray market may not be aware of it, or they will not be able to get the official warranty, return, or customer support. And there is also high chances of counterfeit mixing through the gray market. But gray market is very much mushrooming in our country, where we can get all these genuine products and sometimes not so genuine products also. So gray market is another case of food fraud. Now, all these fake things are being recognized by the food safety management system. We have very foolproof food safety management system where we have HACCP, which is controlling the hazards, which means prevention of accidental adulteration. That is what HACCP involves around. Another thing is TACCP. Sometimes, in case of bio war and all, intentionally we will be mixing some dangerous chemicals in the food and will be giving to some other people. That will be intentional, okay, with the purpose of disturbing or reducing the physiological conditions or causing some damage to a population or a community. That is what some people do, and that is actually monitored and managed by TACCP, which is the Threat Assessment and Critical Control Points. And finally, we have food fraud. We also have a very foolproof system called VACCP, which is managing these food frauds. Of course, we have FSSAI, which is the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. They are brilliantly working. They are coming out with, they are they are conducting searches, surveys. They find out, they do the scientific validation, and if they find out that there are some brands which are not sticking on to what they claim, they are giving cases. So they are doing wonderful jobs. So it is very important that some of us have to go visit the FSSAI website when we have some confusions or when we are confused about purchasing foods or the brands and all those stuffs. So they have several sectors of working levels where they manufacture and store food. They determine the hygienic standards of food products. Testing labs approval may not be FSSAI directly go and do the test, but they will be having many labs under them, which will be given approval by them, where they can conduct these tests. And of course, enforcement of penalties, licensing, and registration. These are all carried out by FSSAI. So, what can be done? We have to look for the FSSAI number before purchasing any food items. It is a 14-digit number. Each digit has got certain significance. So just look for the FSSAI number. Read ingredient list. Okay, we will be looking at the front portion of this, and we may not look into the ingredients. So it is very important that we look into the ingredient list. We need to know all those emulsifiers, preservatives, and everything. Check the labels, compare with neutral consumer reviews. You also need to have a research on the brand reputation, whether they have been into some lawsuit or anything. And most of the time, avoid this viral healthy product trends. I believe all those things that has been practiced by our grandparents, our parents are healthy. So why we need to have some something which is trending all of a sudden? So these are some certain things which can be considered at the consumer end to know whether it is a fact or a fake. So that is what we can do. Now, see, it's up to us whether it is a food label, a miracle weight loss remedy, a supplement, or a scientific sounding claim. Always pause, think, and check. That is what we have to do. And let's commit to choosing facts over fakes every single day, every time you purchase. So that is all about this presentation. And thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. If anyone has any questions regarding the session, please unmute yourself and ask.
Good morning, ma'am. The session was very informative. Initially, the
Thank you.
introduction and the qualifications were itself a paragraph in itself. So I was very flabbergasted with the qualifications itself. Ma'am, my question is very simple. Not regarding the food industry, but just recently we heard a news about Dharmendra's death in social media, and later after
Okay.
2 3 days, it was clarified that it's a fake news. So
Huh.
where do we draw accountability for food industry also? There is a person called food farmer Revant Himmat Singh. He has a YouTube channel. He
Okay.
he shows a lot of adulteration issues, food issues in his videos. So it's a lone battle that he fights. He shows that in fruit juices there is no fruit content, and all those things that are being shown in the labels he's looking to which he's making us informed. But where do we draw an accountability, because majority of the foods are like this, and there is no accountability. Means if we ask the retailer, he will blame the wholesaler will blame the manufacturer. So it's a big industry, lot of corporates are playing around. So how do we stay safe, and how do we fix the accountability? That is what I wanted to know.
Okay. See, the basic thing is, let's take the example of dairy. Okay. And dairy products, especially milk and all, it has to be okay. It has to be kept always at 4 degrees Celsius. But at times we can see that those boxes of dairy products, it will not be in the refrigerated section. So actually, every single level from the very production till the end consumer, we have to be made aware of the food and the food label, the food ingredients, everything. So that is awareness among every single sectors. That is one thing. Another thing is, when we see something, the approach from the people, the consumers as well as the manufacturers, that is very poor. Even if we see that okay, something that has to be kept at 4 degrees Celsius is not kept at that temperature, see, nobody bother about it. So that is another thing. And the law and other practices, there must be some strict laws. Okay, that is what the awareness and the all those practices are involved. Another thing is we have to be aware, which means we have a lot of brands for purchasing all these things. So we need to know which brand can give us the best product. Okay, which means that is an exercise which we have to practice, because nobody is going to tell us this will be the best thing. Everybody will be telling their own brands will be the best. So you have to take some time. You need to sit down and see the websites, or not the production website, the FSSAI's websites, or some home pages like that, and we need to make a comparison. Okay, this may be good, or Amul will be the best. Okay, that is how we can come to a conclusion, and we can be made aware of this thing. So there is a little bit task at the consumer end also. That is what I believe.
Yes, ma'am. My point is, why can't the manufacturers be made accountable? Because I think it's not possible for the consumer to verify everything. So those are making it and making it available for sale. If they can be made more accountable and fix more responsibilities, it would make the consumer's job a little bit easier. That is what I feel.
See,
Thank you.
rather than that, what they project is there, or what they want is their economic growth. After all, they are the manufacturers. No, that is why they come with the false claim. For example, raw presario. See, they in the juice section, they are providing with more concentrate juices. But when the COVID came, they were not able to have production of these juices, because they don't have much, what to say, they don't have the budget to produce these juices. So if anybody know that this raw was not actually, they were shut down for those 2 years after the COVID, because of this financial crisis. So most of the people, they go for their economic growth, or else the law have to be so strict that if they come with any misleading claims, severe punishments or some ban or something like that, or capital punishments or something should be given to these manufacturers. So that is something which the governance level has to do. We, the common people, we can give complaints or we can give suggestions like this, so that the manufacturers need to be made accountable for all those misleading claims or any negative consequences that come out of food adulteration or food fraud.
Yes, ma'am. Because most of the people who are exporting, they are exporting grade A level products. Means if you're exporting to some
Yes.
other countries, they will be giving their best quality products. But for domestic
Yes,
sales,
because
they
the
are
law, they
compromising.
want the best. Their quality control is very strict, or is maybe one consignment they will be sending, but then the other one, by the time they need to send the other consignment, they will be giving those reports. Okay, this much level of lead was present in your pickle, or this much salt was there. This preservative is banned in our place. There it is very strict, and it is very consistently monitored. But we don't have such a foolproof system in our nation. That is actually a problem.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I am Kundat Manoj from JCI Triprayar. Dear Dr. Anju, congratulations on a successful fact and fake session. I can proudly say that the trainer, Dr. Anju, is my neighbor and very close friend of our family. I can also say that since her birth, I know her. Dr. You were made us proud. Through the session, the insights provided were both engaging, incredibly valuable, and an eye opener. Your expertise and presentation made the topic easy to understand, and the session a great learning experience for everyone involved. Thank you for a job well done, and congratulations to the entire team of JCI Triprayar, especially current President Krishna, President Elect Sidesh, and entire LGB team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for those nice words. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. And so happy to attend this session. Actually, I thank President for sharing the link. Ma'am, the way you have shared, the facts and the things about the labeling part, and when we are into the food industry, about like the things to be taken care. Very informative session. Thank you so much. And the ready-to-eat foods are very eye-catching for the kids. At the same point of time, these things the kids won't understand. Though in hurry we miss out and we take it and we give it to the children. Thank you so much for the detailed session, and thank you, President, for wonderful skill sprint happening wonderfully in the entire team. Congratulations for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And ma'am, I had a question. In this day and age, even if we have a simple sneeze or cough, we often Google or YouTube it, and we may see extreme results which may panic people. I just wanted to know your take on this.
Yes, yes, yes. That is also a concern, because most of the time, even when we will be having very tiny thing, but when we search in the net, it will be like serious things. That is where we need to consult a practitioner. Okay, this is a problem because, as I said, the teenagers, what they do is they want to get every knowledge from these platforms. So stop that. We have people who have educated themselves in respective field. Okay, so to get some information from them is the best thing. And before getting like what a prescription, or before consulting a physician, it is very important not to panic. And whatever you have some feelings, or whether you have observed a color change or anything, convey it with your parents. That is also important, because they might have experienced it themselves or maybe in their family. So share with them. They will be having some insight on that. Then you can consult a person who has educated himself in that particular field. So this is what we have to do. Not, I really feel that these all social platforms or the Google, they simply make us panic without any reasons. Okay, so ideally this is what needs to be done.
Thank you, ma'am.
So actually, it was so nice to have provided me with such a vibrant platform and with a lot of interacting people. So it is actually an honor for me to be here. So thank you so much. to the entire JCI fraternity, and wishing you all a very productive week ahead. And thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our request and taking such an informative session. Thank you. As we wrap the 45th session of Skill Sprint 2025, today's session truly captured the spirit of Skill Sprint, learning with curiosity and growing with purpose. A special thanks to our trainer for her clear insights and inspiring guidance in helping us understand how to separate fact from fake in today's information heavy world. Her experience as a teacher, researcher, and innovator has truly reflected today. We are honored to have the learning from someone with such a strong academic achievement and notable contributions to the scientific community. Her presence made the session 45 one of the impactful sessions of our journey so far. To formally conclude, I invite our junior JC chairperson, JJ Karishma TS, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Anupi Abhimannue, for a clear, engaging, and a very informative session. Your explanations made a complex topic easy to understand, and your guidance has truly helped us see how to separate fact from fake in our daily lives. We are genuinely grateful for the time, effort, and sincerity you brought into today's session. My heartfelt thanks to our Skillsprint team, VP Training HDF Sidesh Shashidharan, and Director Training JC Savit Velayal for their dedication and thoughtful planning. Your hard work is what makes these sessions meaningful. To all our participants, thank you for your attention, your curiosity, and your willingness to learn. Let's carry forward today's learnings and put them into practice. Thank you once again and wishing everyone a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irishma. So let's carry today's learning forward and continue to grow together as a strong community. So the learning never stops. See you all next week for the next sprint. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.